Welcome to a new Voltlog. Something new today. This is the first Q&A video I'm doing on the channel and I hope you will enjoy it. It should be a great way of finding out new stuff about me. I did a post about this Q&A on the channel a few weeks ago, but there weren't that many questions posted in the comments, so I think the post didn't get shown to all of the subscribers of my channel, maybe just a few, due to the YouTube algorithm. So if you'd like to ask me something else, please leave a comment below in the comments of this video and I will do a future Q&A video where I will answer all of the questions received in this video. Also, please remember to interact with the video in some way, leave a comment or maybe hit the like or dislike button just so the video gets shown to a wider audience, because that's the way the YouTube algorithm works. And now let's start with the questions. I have a list here with the questions I received on the post I did. So Ristomati Airo asked, your channel's content seems to be mostly focused on tools and gear. Could you give examples on some recent projects, things you've built or are building? I would like to build more stuff, but unfortunately I do not have enough time to do these builds as often as I would like. It's even more difficult when you have to capture it on video. It takes at least twice as much time than working on my own on that project. But just to give you a few examples of projects that I'm working on or I have planned for the future, I just finished that resistor standard box. I'm working on a spot welder for my lithium-ion battery packs, and I'm also working on a very nice subscriber count for the YouTube channel. So you'll be seeing those projects in future videos. They are currently under work. Michael Bernard asked, how did you start electronics and what do you do if you don't make any videos? Are you a student? Well, I'm not a student anymore, but I can tell you how I started electronics. I was about 6 years old and I remember I was really struggling to build a bistable oscillator with the two LEDs, and it was really difficult for me back then because information was not widely available as it is right now with the internet, and I didn't even have a computer back then. So I used to read a lot of old schematics from old books, just trying to learn how to build one of those oscillators, and I finally did it. I think that was what started me on the path of electronics. For my day job, I am in charge of everything technical for behind the scenes for running an online shop, and I also do some electronics consulting. Benji Pastel asked, will we see any more of the flying wing sometime soon? Well, I would like to show you more of my RC related stuff projects on the channel. This is an electronics channel, so most of the subscribers of the channel will not appreciate seeing that kind of content being published. They are here for some subjects, and when they start seeing different things in their subscription list, they will be unhappy about that. So while I would like to share more stories on my RC planes, I can't really do that on the channel because of the topics of the channel. So I will just stick to maybe showing some of those items in my mailbag videos if they are electronics related in any way. Orkan Amir Aslan, which is a frequent viewer of the channel, asked, how's the progress with the Big Clown based home automation project? A few months ago I moved from the apartment where I was living back then when I first installed the Big Clown project. I moved to a new apartment, and here at the new place I didn't have the same network, so unfortunately I couldn't connect the system anymore, the gateway for the system, so I had to leave it unpowered. But it is a plan on my list to upgrade the network here to have enough Ethernet ports to connect that system. Full Wave Rect asked, if you look at the schematic of an ACO 147A signal tracer, would you be able to figure out how to increase 3 watts speaker output to 13-ish watts And if you did, would you please tell me? Thanks. Wow, I didn't think this Q&A video would turn into a please do that work for me type of video, but sorry, I can't help you with that. The DevPoms repair channel asked, have you considered doing a collaboration with another YouTube channel? Well, I have been thinking about such a collaboration for the past 2 years, but I wasn't able so far to come up with an idea that would make that collaboration beneficial for both of the channel and the viewers of those channels as well. But if you have any ideas, please let me know. Also, the DevPoms repair channel asked, what other channels do you watch? I know you watch mine sometimes from the comments. Yes, I watch your channel whenever I see something that interests me. I watch that video and I usually comment. But I watch a lot of other electronics related channel, and I will just name a few of them which I watched recently. Marco Reps, really good channel, Andreas Peace, Kerry Wong, Engineer Max, Big Clive, PCB Reflux, and of course many others that I can't really mention all of them. Chainsaw asked, you have a good knowledge of electronics. Is this something you only do as a hobby, or is it part of your day job as well? Unfortunately, in the city or area I live in, there are no decent electronics related jobs here. There are no companies in those fields that operate in this area, so my day job has to be managing the backend for an online shop, and that means server administration and web related programming, as well as a few things which are electronics related. But apart from that, like I mentioned, I do electronics consulting work. Adler Webb asked, how the hell can you keep your desk clean? And I think he was referring to my work desk, the bench, and this question was asked on Twitter, so I replied right away with a picture of my bench, which wasn't exactly clean at that time. And I must say, my bench is not always clean, but due to the fact that I'm shooting these videos, whenever I have to shoot a new video, obviously I need to clean the bench, and that helps a lot in keeping the bench organized. But I do recognize that in a situation where I wouldn't be doing these videos, my bench would probably have been very cluttered for long periods of time until the next project needed to be started. And the last question I collected is from Amin, and he asks if I have any good suggestion on good resources for learning AVR programming using C. This question reminds me of how I got started with programming microcontrollers. So it was years ago. I bought this AVR Butterfly, it was called. It was a development board for AVR microcontrollers. And I also started reading this book I found online. It was called C programming for AVR microcontrollers or something like that. I will search a reference for it and insert it when I'll do the video editing. But that helped me a lot in getting started with programming microcontrollers in C. Maybe today you can find better resources than that, because I think that book is pretty old. I'm pretty sure it's more than 10 years old. So I'm not sure if it's the best recommendation if you're starting that today. Maybe there are better resources available online, but that's my story. That was all for today. If you have more questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I will do a future Q&A video and include those questions as well. Until next time, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button and leave a comment below. Thank you for watching.